Welcome to the Poem of the Week podcast. My name is Eric Deibler, and I am the author of all the poems that you will find here. I am on vacation this week, so once again, things look and sound a little different. You can hear a dog barking in the background. I'm the author of everything that you will find here on the Poem of the Week. This is the sister podcast to the Poem of the Week blog, also found here on Substack. If you enjoy what you listen to here, I would ask that you please like, subscribe, and restack, as it will help to grow my audience. The poem for this week is titled, I Shall Not Speak. I shall not speak, but rather I shall listen. I shall listen to the salted butter in my frying pan, staying too hot for too long, browning and bringing forth delicious caramel and singed dairy, emphasizing its own saltiness. I shall listen to the sizzle of the eggs laid by the chickens in my backyard, well-fed and corpulent, tending to independence, occasionally seeking excursions into the flower beds. I shall listen to the voices of the food my mother taught me to cook, simple things truly proving a cook, a roasted chicken, stuffed pig stomach, spicy and crisp, challenging in its chewiness. I shall listen to the unnamed purveyors of coal region delicacies, things with exotic names such as Polish pigeons, haluski, pierogies, and fried leberkäse. Don't you ever call it bologna. I shall listen to the names and the voices of the children, like my great-grandfather who gained stature in the shadow of slag heaps, who found his first work at the age of 8 as a breaker boy, picking sharp-edged slate from the conveyor of coal that flew past nimble fingers, threatening to sever them from the hands of their owners. I shall listen to the voices of the still harder men who cut the coal, who loaded it into coal cars, who unwillingly had the seams of wealth and power tattooed onto their bodies, who never profited from their toil, who bore the payment for their labor in their lungs, bronchial tubes ripened into anthracite deposits. I shall listen to the voices of the trade unionists, the Molly Maguires, the Harriet Tubmans, the Sojourner Truths, the John Browns, the MLKs, the Malcolm X's, the Nikki Giovannis, the John Lewises, and all who knew that human beings have greater worth than what the eye beholds or what the bottom line carries over. I shall listen to the voices that have been silenced, the voices we do not wish to hear, the voices that scream for justice and mercy, yet barely rise above a whisper, the still, small, prophetic voices that insist upon righteousness. I shall endeavor to be the ear that listens for, resonates, and amplifies the voices of the ones who've not been heard, the voices straining to be recognized above the din of obfuscation, misdirection, inconvenience, and profits. I shall endeavor to listen to the voices of my siblings who cry, "Listen to me!" I shall endeavor to listen for the voices of my siblings discarded out of hand, who demand not to be discounted because of who they are, what they are, the color of their skin. I shall endeavor to journey with those who welcome my company. I shall listen, helpless in light of what I have inherited, yet I shall turn my heart to those who continue still to suffer, and I shall listen deeper still in the hope that I might align my heart with theirs, that I might finally do the best thing. That was a poem titled, I Shall Not Speak, here on the Poem of the Week podcast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you will tune in again next week. Bye-bye.